Blinding lights paint the skies.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the elimination bracket of our Winter Invitational. My name is Isaac Rapterra Chandler, joined today by Sherrigan. How are you doing, Sherrigan, after our fantastic last game? Oh. I can't either. Well, it's all good. We've had a little technical... Oh, there you are.
I hit the clip on the mic and I muted myself, but I was all super stoked and excited. So let's just quickly, before I get into my thoughts, hop into these picks and bans. We've got a Shen and an Ornn ban on the side of Team Bot. Very smart move banning that Ornn. My God, was that tough to deal with. And then we've got a Kayle and a Vayne on the side of Team Mid. I am liking those bans. Obviously, you kind of got a ban against who you're looking at. It's interesting that we're actually seeing a lot more flex picks on the side of Bot versus... Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. There's a new Mumu ban.
Yeah, the Mumu ban. Mumu is the strongest champion in the game right now. After Ivern, I think. I think Ivern's actually stronger right now. But the next champion that's up on that list of strong champions gets picked with the Jhin.
Yep, that's it. That right there. Jhin, that was, in all honesty, behind the screen door, that was one of the picks we had planned for our game if the Rengar pick was not allowed through, which it was. So I am, honestly, I'm super stoked seeing Crow, Gua, Sunrise, Candy Hammer, Spike, Vanal. All of these guys are just absolutely insane. And they had some great plays in the bot lane. And then over on the side of Team Mid, we have seen... just obviously having played against it, Street Smurf, that man is just solid in lane. Like, it's like once he's got his lead, he knows exactly how to control that wave and he knows exactly what he's doing. So there's literally nothing I could do against him there. However, we've also got Evolve, Noob, and the Pro DH just able to absolutely kind of like pull it out. Though I don't think Victor was quite popping off last game. Maybe we'll see something a little different this time.
Yeah, hopefully we see something else pop out. The Victor wasn't having the greatest game in our match against them. We did kind of pick on him a bit and had some rotations. We'll have to see if Bot wants to exploit that or not. We haven't seen them actually play yet because they got the bye from winning in the 1v1 tournament. I'm interested to see what they come up with though. They've got the Nautilus and an Evelynn lock-in almost immediately.
Ooh, I am excited to see that Evelynn. I don't know if you've seen the new KDA video that just came out where they had the interviews with all of the stars, and it was super uncanny valley fourth wall breaking, and it kind of like makes your brain go, this is wrong, why is this happening? And you're kind of like, ah! But I do like an Evelynn pick, and I do like seeing a lot of assassins. You've got the Ezreal and the Alistar. So Alistar is going to have a lot of disengage and a lot of tank, which is something that we've seen in this meta. Tank meta is very strong. The way that you deal with the damage dealers is you've got to get in on them and got to make them pop. Evelynn is a great pick for that. You've got a Jhin who's a great pick for that. It's slow attack speed, but that is a lot of damage coming out very, very quickly. And so you're just able to burst down the targets you need to burst down till eventually you get to the tanks, and then it just becomes a tank battle.
Yeah, and as tank battle is the name of the game in this meta right now. A lot of strong items in this preseason. A lot of fun too. I don't know about you, but I'm enjoying playing things like Leona right now with Sunfire Aegis and dueling assassins with it as support with 2 items. That's always the fun of it,
I love the new items. Like, for me, they are definitely one of those things that I think they have breathed new life into this game that has, in my opinion, started to become a little bit stale, a little bit stagnant. And that's not to say that the champions aren't interesting and fun to play, but it's because you keep seeing the same builds over and over. You keep seeing the same item sets. You keep seeing the meta. It just is very unchanging and very solid. New items provide more opportunities for more change, more randomization. It's like, I remember in the last game we just played where I was just trying to decide what items I should be going, and I feel like I kind of split built a little bit there and I kind of messed myself up, but in the end it ended up working out pretty well. And then we go here into the next set of bans. We've got a Cassiopeia and a Malphite. Great ban picks right there on the side of Team Bot, and then we've got a Yone and a Yone, a Yasuo and a Yone being banned on that side of Team Mid.
Yeah.
Again, those guys, I'm not sure they're in the best spot right now.
Yeah, but we got the Camille, we got a Zed, so we got a little bit of a little dueling champions around here, some assassins. We got a Aatrox coming out actually out of Team Bot, so a little bit of a heavy damage comp. No tanks really for this squad. guessing they all want to play for the carry potential. I see a lot of carries on this team.
Well, you
and
know, we didn't pick an ADC, so it's. I feel like
Fair,
this
fair.
is going to be the time when we see those triple tank dual mage comps. We're going to be seeing the crazy assassin comps, and it's like this is what preseason is all about. This is what the craziness is all about. It's all about seeing what kind of new ridiculous things can we come out with, and I feel like honestly right now I am super hyped just seeing an Aatrox and a Zed on the side of Team Bot. That is going to be so much mobility and so much damage coming out, and it's just so much fun to watch. And then you've got the Camille and the Orianna on the side of Team Mid. It's really interesting when you look at these two comps right now. They are so distinctly different, like just from a damage base and from a personality playstyle base, that I am so excited to see the clash of these two teams.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I can't wait to see how this goes as we start getting into the game or loading in. I want to get your thoughts on who you think has the advantage so far in this matchup.
So the thing is, I'm leaning more in the direction of Team Bot. And the reason for that is not because I want to see Team Mid lose, even though I kind of do. It's because I like the idea of the Aatrox and the Nautilus, where those two are very strong frontliners, and then the Zed is able to just hop onto the back line, and he's going to be able to hit that Orianna, hit that Ezreal, and basically take them out of the game. On the side of Team Mid, though, you do have the disengage and the CC from the Skarner that is going to be really important to either snag that Zed, snag that Evelynn, snag that Jhin before they have a chance to put their damage out, get rid of them so they're not involved in that fight. And I think that is going to be Mid's win condition, but I just feel like Bots is going to be a little bit easier to execute.
All right, then we'll have to see which one of them comes through right here. I personally am rooting for Mid. I think that if past 20 minutes, Team Bot's comp just won't have the damage to get through a tanky Skarner and an Alistar, but we'll have to see as we load up onto the Rift. Here we go for our first game of the semifinals at the Winter Invitational.
Yep, that's right. And I have a feeling right now what we're going to see is, I don't think we're going to see an invade. These comps really aren't designed for it. We're just going to see each other stand off against them. We got a little bit of stuff going on in the chat. Look, good luck, have fun, love you too, homie. That sort of thing. So it's like, yeah, they're a little bit more friendly. I think team, like us, personally, the reason I wasn't in all chat is because I actually forgot to turn chat on because I actually have it turned off by default. But it was definitely kind of like I was just so psyched because I'm like, oh god, I'm against Street Smurf.
I kind of actually forgot that we had chat on, not gonna lie. Like, I had my chat on, not gonna lie, forgot it was on for the stream, and definitely didn't chat anything, or else I would have probably trash talked more.
Yep.
But
I think it's gonna be kind of a slow start to this game, though.
Yeah, it looks like it is. They're just kind of starting out. They're going for a nice, easy, friendly, how do you do? Just chilling there, having some fun, drinking some tea. Skarner eats a little orange. Maybe a honey fruit. We'll give him a honey fruit. He's a scorpion. He probably doesn't eat oranges. I don't even know if he eats fruit.
Hey, yeah, he's got a little. I'm sure he's got a little bit of a sweet tooth.
What do you think the Bracken eat exactly?
The Bracken, I believe they eat rocks and crystalline souls and stuff like that. Like for whatever reason, that's what I imagine they eat.
But if they're crystals and rocks too, does that make them cannibals?
Potentially, I guess, but it's a situation of the Bracken souls are in their rocks, and the other rocks are just, meat. something to have fun.
I need to get an answer to that from the lore team. Spider Axe, I need you to go find that out for me. But yeah, we're
got a nice little bit of poke damage coming out from that Jhin Q onto the Ezreal, and we've got a little bit of skirmish going on here in the top lane between Camille and Ezreal. It's mostly just kind of standing off against each other. Crow is not winning this trade, though. Street Smurf is dealing a lot of damage protecting himself with that shield.
Yeah, and this is going to be, like you said, slow start. I want to see if they can pop off anywhere here. Anyone get an early lead. You can see Banal looking for that hook right there. And most of this is going to be slow start. Ooh, actually the hook on the bottom side.
Banal right there to get the Ezreal. Proteage is taking a lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough to take him down. That is a Dark Harvest proc that goes over to the side of Jhin from that fight, though.
Yeah, good hook. Like we were saying, Banal was looking for a hooker there. Ooh, misses that one right. Almost got it. But yeah, if you land that hook on Ezreal, he does have an E, but he really doesn't have a... Like, if he's hooked, he's still enough time to get a couple shots on him before he can actually get to cast that spell. And he can blow up pretty easily. Nice Q bounce there. Sunga doesn't really take much, though. He's a beefy boy, is that Alistar.
That's true.
Yeah.
Gua did get a nice bit of damage over onto Evolved Noob during that last little skirmish, though. I don't know if you saw with the Electrocute proc. And we do have a Skarner kind of getting caught out right now. Aatrox was aware of where Neko was, dealing not a lot of damage, but he is able to kind of scare him off of that Scuttle Crab. Evelyn is hanging off in the wing, so this is going to be a little fight around topside Scuttle. And Neko's just going to have to back off because it is a 2v1. Oriana and Camille, neither of which are coming to rotate to help take that.
Yeah, it's just they're just gonna give it over to Bot. Bot just there's really not much they can contest. Skarner really needs a little bit of time to get his items online. Camille's also gonna need a little bit too. I think that there's a much higher base on Crow and Sunrise.
We got a nice skirmish coming out here from Street Smurf, dealing a lot of damage to Crow. Not enough to take him down, but definitely enough to say, hey, get out of my lane, buddy.
Yeah. It's kind of to expect. Ooh, but he's nope, Street Smurf gets out. Yeah, just continuing the trades up here. I fully expect they're just gonna kind of do these little like quarter health trades in every once in a while. But Nico's here right now, looking for a gank.
Yep, Neko is trying to get that gank right on the Crow of the Moonlit. He is getting enough damage. There doesn't have Skarner ult yet, but that is a Camille stun coming in. This could be first blood right here. Is it going to be first blood over to the Aatrox as he just manages to take him down? Aatrox is now playing bush dodge and is barely able to, doesn't quite escape. Street Smurf does go down. Sunrise does pick up the kill, making it a 2-1 game and a 1k gold lead.
Yeah, it looked like Neko missed the E at first. It was looking to try to keep the gank going, and it looked like they really had Crow, but Street Smurf stops the DPS just long enough for thinking that the Skarner's going to finish it up, and the Aatrox comes in. Crow gets the key. He comes forward with his Q, gets the kill right there, manages to get a little bit more time for himself alive, and turns the whole fight on its head. But now on bot side, ooh, skirmish going on here.
Yes, we do. We have got a nice little bit of damage coming out from ProTH right there. Almost enough to take down Vanal. One thing I do want to point out is I want to look at these two sets of runes that we have going on right now, but we don't have a chance to right now as ProTH takes a lot of damage. That is a Dark Harvest stack proc from the Jhin. He's not quite able to go down. That is a grasp that keeps him alive, and Kenny Hammerspike is just trying to bring the pain, but he's not quite able to. Chris Sunga is kind of zoning him off at the moment, and it looks like Kenny's going to get caught right here between the Skarner and the Alistair.
Looks like he's gonna. Yeah, gets Q'd.
Yep, he gets knocked back. Kenny knows that he is stuck right now. He is going for that kill. Does manage to take down ProTH. We got a TP coming in from Crow the Moonlit as he is trying to chase down Neko. Neko gets caught out, and that is a Neko dead. That is a dead Skarner right there. Sunrise is now looking for Chris Sunga. Chris was not able to escape. That is a root coming up from Kenny Spike, and yet another Dark Harvest stack over to him. Double kill for the Evelyn. This is not going the way for Team Mid right now as Bot just comes in and cleans it up.
Yeah, it started a good play. Started really good for Team Mid. But it all goes south when the cow gets the headbutt. It looks he hits the knockup. He goes back around and headbutts him back into the Ezreal. Ezreal doesn't have any mana. He's low on health. Gives Kenny plenty of time to kill him. Get the speed boost. Get out of there. Should have just knocked him up and headbutted him actually towards the Skarner because he couldn't eat out of that one. Let him aim towards the Skarner, get the kill on the Skarner, but you know they kind of they whiffed the angles, they messed that up, and the rest of Bot collapsed on them with some teleports. Sunrise roamed down. We saw Goa move down, and they cleaned house. It's 4 kills for 1 right there for Team Bot, and now they've expanded to a 2k gold lead. At this point, though, I'm thinking that they're going to try to get more pressure on the bottom side to shove it out and then try to go for that dragon. It is a pretty juicy target.
That is a juicy target to start with. I do believe Pulverize was on cooldown at the time, and so that was why he knocked him back towards the Ezreal, trying to keep Jhin in the fight because Ezreal did have enough health to really kind of survive. It was only whenever the fight continued yet again, and we had the TP coming in from the Aatrox, and Jhin knew he was gone, that he just went total ham onto him. Kenny, like that, I see what Chris was trying to do there, but Kenny Hammerspike just had way more damage than Ezreal did at the moment.
That's what happens. It's what we call in the bullfighting
right
business.
There, we got a nice stun almost coming out from Street Fighter right there as Crow the Moonlit is tanking that tower. He is caught in the Hex Tech ultimatum, but is able to escape as Camille goes down.
Yeah, good dive right there from Crow and Sunrise. It's really weird looking at them from this position. I keep wanting to say Sunrise is the top laner. I'm so used to seeing that. But good gank right there, you know, taking advantage of the tankiness
we got
of Pro.
more coming in. Street Smurf, that is not a hook. You've got to hit something else first before you go in. He goes into the Crow of the Moonlit. Crow is not able to escape. He knows this, but he's trying to deal as much damage as he possibly can.
Damn, so much.
Wait, I could be wrong. This could be the happy feet coming out. He's deciding to turn, though. It's a 2v1, my friend. I'm not sure that's what you want to do, but it looks like it might be, as once again, Camille takes just so much damage from those vitals. The center spots getting knocked up by the Aatrox, but they are able to do just enough damage. That almost went very poorly for Team Mid, though.
Bro, an inch forward, he would have center queued onto Street Smurf, killed him, and that would have been basically a free kill onto the Skarner. But Sunrise picks it up on Neko. Right there in the back, so good right there. It looks like he's looking for Street Smurf.
He is, and that is we know that is the execute on the ult right there, but that is a stun. I'm not entirely sure what Sunrise was doing right there. I don't know exactly what he was waiting for, but he does not get the kill and basically just gives a free 800 gold over to Street Smurf.
He just wanted a friendly hug, and you know what Camille did? She shanked him with her spike toes. That's what happened right there. It was a friendly hug, stabbed in the back. Top 10 anime betrayals right there.
Well, I have to say that the angry grandma apparently does not like K-pop. That's all I gotta say.
I could see that. I could see the angry grandma not being that, going, "You crazy kids and your K-pop and your fancy clothes."
Right.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we've got a nice, like, looks like Banal is definitely looking for the hook. He wants to hit Pro DH. If he does manage to hit him, that is going to be another kill potentially over to Kenny Hammerspike. But look at the damage that Q is doing to Nautilus. Like, he's just tanking those and just takes so much damage.
Yeah, and here comes Neko around the backside. Looks like they're looking to get a flank.
That's exactly it. We got Neko coming in for a flank. He does walk over a control ward. He does know that they're coming. There was a little bit of hesitation right there. Not exactly what we're doing. That is an ult coming down onto Jin to pull him away. Kenny Hammerspike is trying to escape, but the exhaust comes out. That is not going to be enough as Kenny Hammerspike goes down. Evelyn trying to look for a flank here, trying to look for the damage, trying to get this Ezreal. That does manage to get him with the execute this time. That is a huge Orianna ult coming in, trying to pull in the Nautilus, keep him off of the Alistar. Does not manage to work. Zed also dives into the backline. Gua getting the kill. This is going to be a fallen Alistar as well. This fight has turned around from a team mid win to a team bot win.
Yeah, good fight. It was a good attempt right there from Team Mid. The really big point, though, where you could tell that something might go wrong was Neko stopped to go to clear the ward. Still managed for a moment, turned back around, managed to get over there and grab the Jin, but the damage was just not enough. They were not able to quickly finish him off. The Ezreal, while he does have the Sheen and the Tear, you got to remember Sheen doesn't really give any stats anymore. I mean, before it just gave mana, it's mostly just like passive damage, but the items that
Ezreal is
Ezreal
taking so much damage from those Hextech Qs coming out of Street Smurf. Those crits are dealing a lot of damage to him, and they just chunk him down. Meanwhile, though, Street Smurf is at he's in a risky spot at the moment. Oh, look at that dodge! That was insane!
Street Smurf smurfing. it's in the name.
Street Smurf is smurfing right now, using his hook shot in order to kind of pull himself out of the way of the Aatrox smackdown. He just completely avoids the damage altogether, and then just immediately jumps right back in with a stun. That was so impressive.
What's that nerf saying? It's nerf or nothing. In this case, it's smurf or nothing right now. Street Smurf is trying to put this game on his back, just like last game. He really wants to get to this final. He wants to be the champion of the Winter Invitational, and he is honestly like playing like an MVP right now. He is just absorbing so much pressure, but a fight breaking out on the bot side.
We got a fight breaking out right now. Kenny Hammerspike is dealing a lot of damage to the Alistar at the moment. The Jin is by far one of my favorite ADCs at the moment, just because of the fact that my slow 30-year-old fingers are not quite able to hit the keys very quickly. So I like being able to have it. It's like, okay, I got 4 shots. I know they're going to deal a lot of damage, but I'm so slow at doing it. So you have to be very picky about what you do. Blue team steals the Rift Herald out from underneath Gua. Like Gua and Sunrise both go in, and they take that away from Neko. Neko goes down. This game has already started to shift very strongly in the favor of Team Bot.
Yeah, and with the Evelyn, you don't want her to get ahead. She is definitely like a hyper carry kind of assassin. Like she wants, like all assassins, she wants to get ahead. She wants to get a lot of items, get a lot of kills early on. And 8-1-1, full mythic item, 10 stacks on the Dark Seal.
Oh
That's
no, in the top lane, we got a lot of stuff going wrong. Pro, you do not want to fight a Trinity Force Camille right now.
Yeah. But yeah, the Sunrise is really doing a lot of the carry work on this team. I'm wondering if he can keep this going. Like we said, like this is an assassin team, so a lot of squishy killers. If this gets later in the game, if this goes another about 15 mid, they're gonna become
the thing is, Street Smurf is putting out so much damage, she might as well be an assassin as well. That is a huge amount, barely escaping away with maybe like 10 health right there, just a sliver, hanging on the nice edge, doesn't go down, and Aatrox falls, Camille picking up yet another kill.
If I was Neko right now, I would be putting all of my attention topside. I would want to get Street Smurf as far ahead as you can get him. Because, again, your team is a late scaling comp. You want that Camille to be really big early on so she can keep growing bigger so that she can buy that time for the rest of your team to come on. For that Skarner to finish up his tank items. For that Ezreal to get his items online. For the Orianna to get there. The Alistar to get tanky. For mid to win, Street Smurf needs to get the lead right now. And Neko needs to put a lot of priority up there. I mean, obviously he's winning on his own, but if you can get him like come up there with a counter gank, get a like if Sunrise shows up, get him 2 more kills and all that shutdown gold.
Oh, we got Evolved Noob going like getting caught out by Sunrise. That is a lot of damage coming out right there. That was a great Orianna ult trying to get the damage off, but the Death Mark is going to take him down.
Good attempt, honestly. Evolved almost had that. If he had just been able to get one more ability off or had a little bit more time and wasn't ulted, I think he would have had that. Fortunately, the ult proc from Zed. Ooh, topside is...
Topside, we got another skirmish going on right here. Crow just wanting to fight Street Smurf. I mean, that is what Aatrox wants to do. He is definitely a duelist, and so is Camille. But right now, Camille is way further ahead than Aatrox is.
Yeah, Camille is almost 2 items in.
Yep,
honestly.
and Street Smurf once again just showing complete dominance in lane right there. The patience you have to have in order to make sure you time those Qs correctly from like right there. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so looking right now at the state of the game, Team Bot's 6K up right now. Again, like I said, Street Smurf and needs to use his lead. Ooh.
There we go. A lot of damage coming out of Street Smurf, but it's not quite enough to take him down.
Here comes Neko. Neko's looking for something right now.
He's coming in to try and finish it off. Street Smurf knows that he can bait just by having as low health as he does. Neko is trying to get onto Crow. If he can just manage to get him, we'll be able to get the suppression off. That is the suppression right there. Street Smurf is looking to engage, but just can't quite do it. Jumps right inside of Aatrox, and this is going to be a double kill right on top of him. Crow the Moonlit has brought themselves back into this game.
Yeah, too many missed skill shots right there. It all goes south for mid, and the lead they had topside, it's starting to go back there. Look at now, Aatrox up 800 gold on him. The lead is gone, and mid, they need to find some way to stall this game. You saw 2 tops, you only saw 1 topside, so I expect bot to try to put more focus down here. You can see the Zed roaming down. He's probably going to look for a gank and try to grab this Ezreal. Pro spot.
It would be so easy for Gua to get this gank right now. Knowing Team Taz, he just wants to go in and just bash the keyboard.
Honestly, it took me a moment to realize what you were saying, because I was like, Taz, this is bot. What are you talking about?
Because you know this is the All-Stars game, so it's like, I love Team Taz's philosophy. I've said it multiple times. I'll keep saying it till the end of time. The way they play this game, it's so much fun to watch.
It is quite a fun way to watch this game. I think all of these guys on bot are really fun to watch. I think mid is too, but bot is like, they all are playing super aggressive, balls to the wall. Like every play, especially Crow. Crow is just like, I want to fight. I'm down, doesn't matter, I'm gonna fight you. 1v1
exactly. And see, the thing is, he may have been down in the sense of kills and maybe items that had just gone over to the Camille, but at the same time, he already took first turret. He was ahead in CS the whole time, so it's kind of one of those situations where it's like, was he really down? I don't think so.
For a bit, he was down in items. I think that's about it. Like the kill lead for a bit, because he hadn't got to back when he started getting a lot of that gold.
That's just him choosing not to back. He's taking his time.
Fair. I think it's working well for them, though. I think now that he's like suppressed Street Smurf, I think they're both actually really big and scary, and this fight actually might just go the distance.
It's going to be a very interesting fight right here. We've got a nice bit of lifesteal coming out from Crow the Moonlit trying to sustain this fight. It's now a 3v1. That suppression comes out. There is nowhere for Crow to go, but he's just choosing to keep on fighting and not give up without a... Oh, man!
So... Oh, and we'll wait until after this fight bot side.
Yeah, we've got another fight going on here in the bot lane. This game is just going balls to the wall action right now. Sunrise trying to get off a little bit of damage, but is not quite able to. The execute comes out, but it is not enough to take out Ezreal. Ezreal is now having to dodge those skill shots from the Jhin, gets knocked up, so he's out of the ultimate. Chris Sunga, though, has to give up his life for that. Ezreal coming out does not do enough to Kenny Hammer Spike. We got the Nautilus going in with his ultimate. So much damage coming out. That is going to be a nice third shot or second shot from Jhin onto the Ezreal to take him out.
So, a couple takeaways from that little set of plays there. First off, Crow is honestly, now that he's actually got a couple of those items that he got to back and get them, is a myth.
That is going to be a lot of damage coming out. It's not going to be quite enough to take him out, though.
Just barely getting out there. Evolved just wants to be a little too far forward there, but it takes it took 3 people to deal with Crow. He almost killed 2 of them. That's really bad for this team. That means that he's trying to become this like raid boss that they cannot deal with. They don't really have anybody with a lot of mobility and DPS that can really put out. Yeah, I mean Ezreal will get there eventually, but he needs a couple more items online, and it's a little dicey there. Like you see 3 go top, bot immediately goes bottom side, and Chris had a really good point. He was stopping.
Looking to take out Gua right now. Gua does the fancy feat though, manages to get out. Hextech ultimatum come out, putting so much damage onto Gua means there's nowhere for him to go.
Close, Crow now.
This is going to be, that is a huge amount of healing coming out from Crow the Moonlit, but it's not going to be enough. He once again gets suppressed, but he takes someone down with him. That's going to be Kenny Harrison taking down Chris Zunga, and Neko takes down Crow the Moonlit.
Man, I kind of wish there was another cow-based champion. We could have had a game of if they both died, would that just be Veal then?
Potentially. Oh, right there, Evolve Dude. We know where you are. That is going to be a nice takedown by Sunrise.
And just like that, Sunrise gets another kill. Pops up the assassin. This is why you can't really back in bushes, even if you think you have vision. There's always an Evelyn ready to just pop out and murder you. And it might be another murder right here.
Charm coming out by Evelyn right now, trying to scare Street Smurf off of these Krugs. That is going to be so much damage, plus the execution coming out from Evelyn.
Yeah, you know she's on the top side of the jungle. You really got to get out of there. This is a big Evelyn. This is Evelyn. This is your Evelyn on what's that meme? It's your Evelyn on Wheaties. We're going back to the Wheaties, boys.
Going back onto the Wheaties.
We're going back to the Wheaties. Evelyn on. This is your Evelyn on Fruit Loops. So this is your Evelyn on Wheaties right here. Absolute monster, just tearing through everyone she meets, and Crow now catches out Chris.
Crow catching out Chris Zunga. Alistair may be tanky, but just because you're tanky doesn't mean you're actually able to fight against 2-3 other people, and that is going to be a lot of damage coming out. We got Ezreal coming in trying to get off the arcane shift, but does not manage. He has to use it to escape rather than to engage. That is a huge Orianna ult, getting 3 of them down. That is going to be a shutdown going on to Street Smurf, and double kill though going over to the Aatrox. Crow the Moonlit just does so much damage, and this whole fight just is turning around right now. Camille though is so tanky. Neko might be in a lot of danger though. Neko's gonna have to run away. Street Smurf at the same time is also like, okay, I gotta get out of here now. The amount of sustain though is just ridiculous as Street Smurf is finally able to take down the raid boss that is Crow the Moonlit.
Yeah, and that was a 4v5 fight. There was only 4 people at bot there. Zed on the bottom side right there. Gua just going.
Zed's like, hey, I missed out on that fight. I won in. So he's dealing a lot of damage. Deathmark is out on Neko. Neko's going to go down. He's going to go ahead and back off just a little bit, but he knows that he can take Street Smurf down as once again. Boom! There goes the Camille as the ninja just assassinates the Hextech grandma.
Gua, like we were just as we were saying, it's a 4v5. Gua's like, nah, I want this to be a 5v5. I gotta come in as that late thing to keep the fight going. And he picks it up. He kills Skarner immediately, and Street Smurf almost catches him, but the jump back to the shadow allows him to have all 3 in a perfect lineup for a triple Q. Just tears through Street Smurf, and the flash forward to finish him off. Excellent play right there. Mid is it's looking close at times. Like the fights are looking good, but it's just so hard. There's so much damage, and tank items just are not online yet. People talk about how strong tanks are right now in solo queue. A lot of that is that honestly solo queue games are a lot slower. You think, oh, a 25-30 minute game, that's great, but when you're playing at like a more competitive level like this, games tend to go a lot shorter, or they tend to be a lot more faster pace. If you're
especially if you're against a team like Team Bot.
Yeah, like a team like full of aggressive players like this, they're not going to just play back and scale. They picked early, they're going to play early, and this is what happens when you pick early in this game. tank items mean nothing if you can't get any of them online, if you don't get the time to. Your base champions are still their base innate state. They're not any tankier really than they were before the preseason until those items come online. So if you catch them early, like what Bot's done, you pick apart your enemy and just keep hammering at them so they don't get to get those items. You get games like this. You get points where the team has massive leads and can just put out so much DPS that your tanks just aren't going to be able to survive. They aren't going to be able to be tanky enough to keep them away from your squishies, and you're just going to fall apart in these fights.
That's exactly it. And already we can see Team Bot is setting up for Baron here at 23 minutes into the game. They're going to try and go in on Street Smurf right now before he manages to get away. We're going to see right now if this is going to be able to make that back. He does manage to make it back.
Good back. Very close. It's always scary when it's close like that. You don't. You're really hoping that you.
It's a pucker factor of 10 right there.
Absolutely, it is. And now Bot's up on the Baron, looking to get this. I think they're going to get pretty secure. I don't think Mid's even realizing that they're over here. They're all just kind of dancing around. Skarner's by blue buff. I think they're just going to, even if they know, I think they're just going to let him have it. But here comes Chris.
Entirely possible. Chris does try to get a little bit of vision on there. He's not quite able to. Those are going to be a lot of centered cues coming out from Crow the Moonlit. Aatrox just dealing so much damage. He's looking to just finish Crow, finish off the Alistair. He just wants to have that stake. That is a nice use of the Blast Cone by ProTH in order to knock Crow back in order to escape. Vanal, in the meantime, is looking for that engage. He's looking for that hook. Sunrise has got Camille kind of trapped right now. Just managing to dodge the hate spike out of Evelyn, though. Street Smurf is able to stay alive and avoid that re-engage.
I hope no one from Bungie's watching this. They're gonna owe a lot of steak dinners. I don't know if that reference is too dated or not, but a lot of steak dinners coming out. Chris is getting just hunted down. They really want it. Looking for maybe a sirloin, maybe a I don't know what the forms of steak are. I just know there's steak.
You got your flank steak. You got your sirloin.
I just watched that barbecue show and I.
Somebody's got food on the brain. I think somebody's got to go get something to eat after this.
I really am going to need to. I got some black blood pudding. I'm kind of excited to try. But speaking of black blood, speaking of blood, Team Bot is out for that right now. They're hunting around, looking for a target to pick off right before this dragon comes. This is going to be Soul if Bot grabs this, and once again, it is going to be I think if I'm reading that right, it is Mountain Drake. Am I reading that right?
Mountain Drake, and the Soul Point is up right now. Chris is managing to get caught out once again. Gua is just almost able to get the damage off. Sunrise does manage to pick up the kill onto Evolve Noob. Blue turret is taken down as Camille is topside right now, trying to push that lane as best they can. But this Baron push coming out from Team Bot right now could very well be the end of this game. They are looking to end it right now. Huge amount of damage coming out right now onto Neko. That is a death mark that is going to take him out, make him go pop. We've got Crow the Moonlit once again diving this turret. Does so much damage to the ProTH. There's just nothing that they can do. Camille right now is trying to tank as best they can, but there's just too much damage coming out from the side of Team Bot for them to actually do anything. Street Smurf does manage to get the stun off onto Vanal. It looks like he's just trying to get a kill to try to finish this off, but is not going to be able to escape as the Hextech ultimatum does come out, but the Evelyn Zed does manage to pick up the kill. I thought that the Evelyn Execute was about to come out right there as the Ravage does all that damage, but it just doesn't quite do it. This is game.
Yeah, the Battle Cattle is going to try to hold the line, but I don't know if he's going to be able to. He's taking a lot already from the damage. Crow, though.
That is a huge amount of damage coming out from the Orianna ult right there. And we got another little bit of fight right there. Sunrise is getting hit by Neko, but it looks like right now here we've got Gua just going for the end at the moment, doing a lot of damage to the ProTH. Right now the Nexus is open. It is taking damage from all of these cannon minions. All they've got to do is sit there with the Baron buff. Just let the minions do all the work as the Winions win this game for Team Bot.
Can't stop at the Winions. There's just too much. The army is just too much to deal with, and they take the game. Bot advancing to our grand final match tomorrow. They'll be playing the winner of Top versus. I'm sorry, gotta check on the bracket who the other side is, but Top versus their opponent and
Jungle, I believe.
Jungle. It is Jungle. Okay, so Top versus Jungle. The winner of that will play Team Bot in the grand final. Congratulations to them, and still a good performance from Minyo. They've put up a hell of a fight against us. They came back into it. Even in this game, they did not give up, and a lot of that is Street Smurf. Look at that damage.
That is an insane amount of damage coming out from the Camille right there. Like, what are the exact numbers on that?
I think it was 30,700.
Oh my god, yeah, 30,000 damage coming out from Street Smurf. Meanwhile, We've got 27 coming out from Aatrox. That game was absolutely intense, and I love the aggression coming out from Team Bot.
Yeah, that was definitely a game decided by the top side. If anyone tells you that top lane is just on its own, doesn't decide the game, they are definitely wrong. To show them this game, this was a battle of wills on the top side, but also on the rest of Team Bot, the Evelyn did quite a bit of work. She was really far ahead. She was assassinating off targets that she needed to. Zed was putting in good work there. Kenny was in the back line with his Jhin, finishing off anyone that got too close to him. And overall, like, this is a very good comp. It was definitely a quick, need to get ahead fast kind of comp, and it worked. Like, in this case, it really worked. The tank items are very expensive right now. So, like, if you can get these cheap, quick kill items and pick off a lot of targets really fast, this is what happens. You get just insane amounts of damage blowing through your line before you can do anything.
The way you beat a tank is you just destroy them before they ever even have a chance to come online. Exactly. So I think like that the heavy aggression coming out from Team Bot is really what won them the game. Like, you just look at the damage chart coming out right here. It is just completely on the side of Team Bot. The only real damage that was coming out on the side to the objectives at all was coming out from Skarner.
Yeah, the rest of the team just wasn't able to get there. They were able to really leave their lane. If you watch, a lot of them, outside of a couple Ori realms, for the most part, had to stay in their lane because their opponents were so aggressive that they walked away. They would just shove it forward and take a turret. We saw that top side just constantly going back there. Aatrox would not let up. And yeah, the rest of bot, though, like, once they pushed that aggression forward, they just started roaming around looking for objectives. They got the dragons, they got the barons. There was a clean sweep of those objectives there, and it was good play. Very good objective control. Dang, that Evelyn objective control is nice.
That Evelyn objective control is very nice. That was a much quicker game than the previous one was, for sure. And in all honesty, it's like, I don't really think there's too much more to say about it. In all honesty, just Team Bot just showed that they are going to be one tough team to beat come the finals. I'm really excited to see the next match. Just Team Jungle is got Torres, and I'm just, oh my god.
Yeah, I had
Oh,
I
you're
have
good guy.
Man, I've been informed that this is unfortunately not a steak dinner, despite all the cow deaths. A steak dinner in Halo is 50 kills. This was 49. That's unfortunate. Should have gotten one more. Should have let Gua finish off the Ori. Wow. Wow. But good game. Good game. Hopefully we get a 50 kill game at some point with an Alistair this weekend.
Hopefully. And with that, I think we're about ready to take a quick break before we hop into the next game. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and just hang out, stick around. We'll be right back.
All you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the